Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I've got something special for you today. I've come away for the weekend with my wife to Manchester, so I've popped up to the Etihad Stadium to do my introduction to today's video. So today we're going to learn about the press, but I'm going to give you a video from David Moyes. There's a thing on YouTube called Creative Commons, which means you can share content on other channels, and people have been sharing this one from David Moyes on their channel, so I figured I'd do the same. David's got a great idea for pressing. I have my own way of pressing. My football team's pressing a certain way. We actually use a box system. Pop that there so you can have a quick look. If you want a video on that and how I press, please leave me a comment and I'll get it sorted. However, for now, go and enjoy David Moyes' pressing masterclass. I'm going to have a look around this fantastic stadium and the campus here at the Etihad. And just stick with me right to the end because I've got a little bit of favour task for you. See you in a bit.
What we're going to introduce here is we're going to introduce a little bit of sort of unconditional pressing. It's a really simple game. The goalkeepers are targets for the players to chip the ball in, to give them a target. But the main point of the game is to get the players pressing as a group now, and with the attitude and the energy which is required to do it from the front. So I hope that we can show that. We'll develop this part into 2 sessions, and we'll take it a little bit more technically a little bit later on. But to start with, the first part of this is really to ignite the sort of their attitude and what you're expecting from the players and what they're to do to try and stop the opposition. The pressing, if you're pressing, which we're going to do from here, will always come from the front. So it means the forward players to start the pressing. They need to be the ones who would be the first ones to go to the ball, and then it would need the midfield players to follow in, defenders as well. So all the areas of the team need to be ready to work on it. But I hope that we see it going through. But on the first part initially, it's very little to do with tactical. It's more to do with just making sure that they're aware of the jobs. What you're going to find here is that, just to let you know, is that you probably, if you don't have the ball, your forward players will need to be up the pitch, your midfield players will need to be up behind it, your defenders, you're nearly going to be up in the halfway line here, and this will be about the halfway line from where you are, okay? So you've just got to get your distances right, and we'll see, and we'll be showing you how we want you to get up and after the ball. And remember, you'll find you won't always have the ball. You may be attacking down there, and I may then give it to the goalkeeper back up here. So it would mean you quickly all turning around to restart the game, but also to get up and press the game as well. Okay, and we're going to work on both teams. So we're not working in any one team at the moment. We're working on the 2 teams in the opening games. Okay, right. Okay, boys. Right, here we go. Goalkeeper, would you have a ball in your hand? Okay, goalkeeper, would you have a ball in your hand? So what are you going to do if I shout it's the green goalkeeper? What are you going to do if I shout it's the green goalkeeper? Okay. So what are you going to do if I shout it's the blue goalkeeper? Okay, so you've got the idea. Now I'm doing this before we set up. If you wouldn't mind, just give this player the ball. Stay there, youngster, just now. Give him the ball. Lads, I'm really sorry, I don't know your names, so you just need to abide with me what I'm saying. If he gets the ball, who would be the nearest man? So you would go to the ball first, wouldn't you? Okay. So always the nearest man up to the ball, and that's the starting point. Nearest man up. If you can't play it short, goalies, if you have to go somewhere else, you do so. Okay? Back with the goalie. Green ball! From the green goalkeeper. There you go. Up. Round the ball, up, good, well done, good. Well done, the blue team, well done. Good. You're first, well done. Up, can't play forward, well done. Good, keep yourself going. Well done, you're doing a good job. Well done. Don't let them get round. No go, blue ball, quick ball, play. Good, up again, good. Well done. Good, and again. Don't let them get away, you've got to block it. You've got to block, up. Too far off them. You're too far off them, up. Better, well done, good. Now the Blues, don't let them out. Well done, good, play. Good, you're first. Go on, in, get in, tighter, better, well done. If I go up to press here, he'll probably pass it off somewhere else. But it's what number 2 player does and what number 3 player does and what number 4 player does. And I would expect by the time you get to number 3 or number 4 player that you've won the match. Well, for me, first and foremost was something relatively simple, which the players who I don't know would pick up quite quickly. But what they needed to show was a good attitude and a good energy and enthusiasm to it. I think pressing at the moment is a big part of football. Many teams are trying to do it, and they're having to do it because the proof is showing that, you know, if you win the ball back earlier up the field, it's leading to more goals, as it did do in the Champions League this year. I also think that it's important for young players to understand, you know, that, you know, getting after the ball and winning it back. And I think this morning the players showed a great attitude, the young players, and overall they done everything we asked of them. Got to defend as well. Good, and again, he's got it again. All the balls is going that way. Well done, Andrew. It's 'cause it's taking you 20 minutes to order. I think you do choose your moments to press, but I think for what we wanted to do this morning for the young players was to show them, and for the coaches who are watching, is to say, here's a session which works with pressing. This affects their mentality and how they think they should go about it. And I think the reason for sending like one player in first is to say, the first player who goes, it's probably a bit of a thankless task. You may not win the ball, there's a good chance you don't get it. But the rewards for it is if we're winning the ball back much quicker up the pitch, it's giving you much more chances of scoring goals. So I certainly believe that most centre forwards would rather play that way than maybe wait till they get the ball at different moments. But I think more importantly, it's a team session, and it's to make sure that the team are pressing together, not just the forward players, the midfield players behind it. Then it incorporates the defenders as well. And to go into deeper depth in it would actually be talking about, you know, how far in should the defenders go, when should they go, should they follow people all the way in. So I think depending on the group of players you've got and the age group of players you've got, you can decide what amount of detail they need to be given. Just there. That's it. Now that's the distance you should be away from them. Well, I actually qualified as a fully qualified coach when I was 22. That was before the pro licence was in place. And I attended the SFA, the Scottish Football Association, who had great coaching courses, and more importantly had great coaches. You know, people like Andy Roxburgh, you know, there was Walter Smith, Alex Ferguson, Jim McLean, people who were real big names in Scottish football, gave up so much time to help people like myself and other coaches improve. So my main aim when I first done it was actually to become a better player. I was anxious to become a better player, and hopefully the coaching, and when I understood more, it would make me a better player. Ultimately, what it done is it gave me a love for coaching and a love for, you know, working with players and seeing it. And over the years, I've had to keep it going, but I had a great start, and really fortunate the people who taught me and the people who I worked with were very good. What I would say is you're not going to allow the ball to get played forward. So for me to stop the ball getting played forward, I need to get in close. Player development's massive anywhere, but I also believe, I'm a big believer in players progressing themselves as well. Coaches are there to help them develop, but if the players don't pick it up and don't pick up on what they're told, then you tend to find that they don't pick it up at all. And I actually do believe that the best players, you know, once you tell them once and say, here's something you should try to do, or this is something you should be looking to do, I do believe that the top players pick that up and sort of get it in their locker and move on. You show a really good attitude to work and get the ball back. Okay, so you've done that. Okay, we're going to take it. Well, I think first and foremost that you need the players to have a love for the game. I think my biggest thing is I've got a love for the game, and I always have had. I think you need the players to have that. I think you need them to be improving and working to work to improve. But what I mean by my answer is to say that I do think that the players need to step up themselves. It can't always be down to the coach. The coach is not necessarily going to make the player. The player has to do it himself. The coach is there to help him, to give him every opportunity to do so, to put on the sessions like today we done, and to pick up and understand what they should be doing. There's a moment where you had him like that. When you get him like that, then you're trying to keep him going that way. He got a chance to turn and get back round and look at you again. Well, you set your standards, I believe, throughout your career, and you try to keep them up. You know exactly what you're looking for from the players. I think more importantly, you want your standard of training to be very good. You want the players, their level of commitment to be very good. And I think you're really keen to work with players who are energetic and want to help and show that they want to get better as well. I think the days where, you know, coaches can work with players who are maybe not that way, I don't think works now. I think players are really got to be keen to learn and improve as well. But I think to continue improvement, you have to keep going out to look. Even now in the roles I've had, I think the big thing is not to sit behind the desk and think that that's it, you've made it when you get a good job. I think it's finding ways, and I think young coaches, you know, like watching a session today, like watching similar sessions. I think it's a way of improving. I spent years and years on the road trying to go and watch clubs train or countries train. I went to different international seminars all around Europe to try and find out more. But I think nowadays, because of programmes like this and the coaching that you can find out there, I think there's other ways you can look to find and improve.
Go that way. If I've got him facing this way like the small games, what did we say? If you can just touch the bottom of his back, you're close enough to him. I don't need to be doing this. So just enough to see the ball. So if he turns either way, then I've got a chance to take it.
Yes, everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Right, I need you to do me a favour. Ben Foster has got a Fozcast. He's calling it his Fozcast. It's his podcast. It's in Leamington Spa. It's only 35-40 minutes from my house. I need to get on it and I need your help. So down in the comments and down in his comments on his channel as well for me, Mark Russell, football coach, on Ben Foster's podcast as soon as possible. Petition. Right, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.
Name Maria, and he was making it real hard to see you.